Tonight, you say something at dinner. Just a sentence. Casual, honest. And 3 years later, it costs you everything. Not because your family is evil, not because they want you to fail, but because power changes when information moves. Niccolo Machiavelli understood this 500 years ago in The Prince. He wasn't writing about family dinners. He was writing about survival. And the first rule of survival? Never give people information they can use against you, especially the people who think they love you. Today, we're talking about 7 things you should never tell your family. Not out of paranoia, but out of strategy. Because in 2026, privacy is power, and power leaks quietly. Let's begin. First, never reveal your exact income. Not your salary, not your bonus, not your crypto gains, not your side hustle numbers. Here's why. The moment people know what you earn, they don't see you the same way. They see a resource. If you earn less than expected, you become advice-worthy. If you earn more than expected, you become available. Suddenly, your money has assignments. A cousin needs help. An uncle has an investment opportunity. A sibling wants a loan. And here's the uncomfortable math. If you make $120,000 a year, most people imagine you're rich. They don't subtract taxes. They don't subtract rent. They don't subtract risk. They see the top-line number. In behavioral economics, perception beats reality almost every time. So don't share the number. Share stability. Share gratitude. But keep the figure private. Second, never reveal your long-term escape plan. Maybe you want to move abroad. Maybe you want to quit your job. Maybe you're building something quietly. The mistake? Announcing it too early. When you tell people your plan before it's built, you trigger 2 forces. Fear and projection. Your parents might not oppose your dream. They might oppose their anxiety. You're leaving a stable job? What about security? What if it fails? It sounds like love. Sometimes it is. But it still injects doubt into a fragile phase. Early plans are like wet cement. Too many fingerprints ruin the shape. Machiavelli warned rulers not to declare intentions before consolidating power. Why? Because opposition forms faster than momentum. Build first. Announce later. Third, never reveal your full investment strategy. This one is subtle. Let's say you're investing aggressively. Or maybe you're sitting on a large cash position waiting for a crash. The moment you explain your strategy, you invite commentary. And commentary does something dangerous. It shifts your conviction. There's a reason professional traders don't crowdsource decisions at family gatherings. In 2008, during the financial crisis, many people sold at the bottom. Not because they ran the numbers, but because fear spread socially. Panic is contagious. So is overconfidence. If your family believes real estate is always safe, and you see structural risk, you'll either argue endlessly or quietly doubt yourself. Neither helps. Discuss principles, not positions. Fourth, never reveal how much cash you have saved. Savings create expectations. If people think you have a safety net, they treat you like one. And here's the irony. The very discipline that made you secure can become the reason others lean on you. In many households, the financially responsible child becomes the default solution. Car broke down. Call them. Business failed. Ask them. And because you're rational, you say yes. At least the first few times. But compounding doesn't only apply to investments. It applies to obligations. 10 small rescues equal 1 massive delay in your own freedom. Quiet wealth grows faster. Fifth, never reveal your weaknesses during conflict. This isn't about emotional suppression. It's about timing. If you confess every insecurity in the middle of tension, those words don't disappear. They get stored. And during the next disagreement, they reappear. Machiavelli observed that people remember injuries more than favors. If you admit, "I'm scared I'm not good enough," and later assert independence, someone may weaponize that old confession. You're being unrealistic. You always doubt yourself. You gave them the script. Vulnerability is powerful, but it must be selective. Sixth, never reveal your entire network. Your contacts are leverage. The friend in venture capital, the mentor in government, the partner in tech. The moment your network becomes public property, so does access. And access creates pressure. Can you introduce me? Can you ask them for advice? Can they invest in this? Each request costs social capital. Social capital is invisible, but it's finite. Protect it. Seventh, never reveal your breaking point. Everyone has one. A financial limit, an emotional limit, a patience limit. If people know exactly where you collapse, they know exactly how far they can push. This is not cynicism. It's pattern recognition. In negotiations, the first person who reveals their maximum loses leverage. Family dynamics are not corporate boardrooms, but power still exists, and power respects boundaries. Now zoom out. Why does this matter right now? Because we live in an era of radical oversharing. Income screenshots, investment portfolios online, public goal declarations. Transparency has become social currency. But transparency without strategy is surrender. The system we operate in today is unstable. High inflation cycles, asset bubbles forming and deflating, AI disrupting careers faster than universities can update curriculums. Job security is thinner than it looks. In uncertain systems, optionality is everything. Optionality requires privacy. If too many people depend on your projected future income, your risk tolerance shrinks. If your identity becomes tied to a number you shared, your flexibility disappears. And here's the quiet irony. The more you tell your family to prove trust, the more you reduce your strategic room to maneuver. This is not about secrecy for ego. It's about timing. It's about leverage. It's about understanding that love and power can coexist, but they are not the same thing. Machiavelli didn't argue that rulers should hate their people. He argued they should understand human nature. Human nature includes envy, fear, comparison, dependency, even inside good families, especially inside ambitious ones. So what do you do instead? Share progress, not blueprints. Share stability, not numbers. Share confidence, not capacity. Be generous. Be kind. But be strategic. Because once information leaves your mouth, it no longer belongs to you. And here's the final question. If everything collapsed tomorrow, your job, the market, the economy, how many of your current conversations would quietly become liabilities? Think carefully. Power isn't about domination. It's about control over what others know. And sometimes, the most dangerous thing you can say at dinner is the truth.